the siren. All crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 hours.
Ladies and gentlemen,
sound those alarms.
Hide in those bunkers because we're about to purge up in
time.
Here. Here we go. We're going on our next episode of the Purgecast. I'm your host, Damien.
I'm your host, Giselle.
And we... We're purging.
We're having a great time. We're here to talk all things Purge. You know us as your one-stop shop for all Purge-related news, memorabilia, fan art.
First order of business, I wanted to apologize to our longtime listeners for last time. Things got out of hand. Giselle and I have some differences of opinion. You know, when you're really passionate about, you know, a world like the Purge world,
you care.
You care. You can get a little heated. We've put it behind us for now.
Moving on.
Yeah, we're moving on, and we just are excited to get down to your questions today.
Of course, the new Purge movie, Election Year, has just come out.
Storming through theaters.
Purging through theaters.
Storming through theaters.
Oh.
And opening up to a hefty $36.1 million.
That's pretty hefty. That's a lot of enough money
as much
to
as Anarchy.
Die for, or to purge for.
Okay, this is part of the problem, I think, and I of course don't want to make this a big part of the episode, but
you don't have to purge me.
The Purge isn't real.
I really like the Purge.
The Purge is just kind of an escapist fantasy. And I appreciate it on that level. Looks like Giselle legitimately wants to purge.
Well, like you said, it's a fantasy, so it's something you daydream about, something you write in your diary.
It's like I'd say it's more of like a deep, dark takedown of how our culture has evolved into like this perverse, you know, lustful, violent culture.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like when you want to go to the beach tomorrow and you're like, that sounds really nice, and then that's what you plan to do,
but you don't plan to do it because it's not real. So that's not a good analogy. Let's
get to the questions.
We've gone over this dozens of times, and it's not getting
it's a
us
deep
anywhere.
well to mine the Purge universe, the Purge-verse, as we say.
Right. And who else better to ask our first question than Frank Grillo himself?
Frank Grillo, the actor?
Yeah, he's apparently a longtime listener, longtime fan.
That's an impressive first guest question.
Yeah, so why don't you go ahead?
He's not here, is he?
Oh, I think I would lose my mind if he was here.
Oh, I'd purge my mind.
Just stop adding the word purge to sentences.
I just really like the Purge franchise of movies.
I do too, as probably the foremost expert on the Purge franchise. I think you could say that I like the Purge, but I think you have an unhealthy attachment to it.
Frank Grillo, what's that question? You want to go ahead and read the Twitter feed there?
Let me grab it. Frank Grillo.
He's got Frank Grillo.
Got that blue check mark.
Ooh,
so you know
certified,
it's real.
Verified.
He asks us,
certified.
So, as we know, all crime, including murder, is legal in the Purge universe.
So in the Purge-verse, all crime...
Including murder.
Including murder. That's very important that we stress that.
You cannot exclude murder.
Is in fact legal.
Right.
Got it.
So he asks, at what point does it stop?
Oh.
What would be illegal?
The limits of the Purge.
Of the Purge.
Okay, well, as we know.
Let's work through this. Okay? As you know, all crime, including murder, is legal during the 12 hours of the Purge night.
Correct.
Annually.
So, we know murder is included. What about other crimes?
Theft.
You go steal a bike.
Legal.
Is that legal?
Yes.
All crime. I think that falls under all crime.
Yeah. Theft is a crime.
Okay. Shoplifting.
That's pretty much just an offshoot of theft.
Okay.
Arson.
Bank robbing.
Okay, bank robbing is interesting because it has lasting effects.
Oh, wait.
Beyond the 12 hours.
It's also theft.
Right. Arson. Can you burn down someone's house?
Well, arson is illegal, which means it's a crime.
It's a crime.
And under the Purge rules, all crime is
including
legal,
murder is
including
legal.
murder.
So far we're not coming up against any limits.
That's true.
What do you think about jaywalking?
Okay, now you're pushing it. I like this.
Okay.
You walk across the street. There's no crosswalk. Is that allowed?
Technically, it's against the law to jaywalk. I don't know if
Which makes it a crime?
How do we define a crime? Because it's not like a felony to jaywalk. You just get a ticket for it.
But you're not allowed to, which makes me think it's a crime.
And as we know, all crime
crime
including
is
murder, is legal.
So I guess you would be able to do it.
Confirmed, you can jaywalk.
Okay, what if you step on grass and it has a no, don't step on the grass sign?
See, now that's not a law.
Okay.
That's just someone requesting for you to not step on their grass.
But I guess you could still just
It's still
do it.
legal. It's just mean.
Yeah,
Well, I guess
probably
the
wouldn't
crime
do
of
that.
trespassing
Is illegal.
would make it, and then on Purge night,
Okay,
it would be legal.
let's swing this in the other direction. We
Okay.
covered jaywalking. What about like international crimes in international waters? Pirate law?
That's true. Can you commit piracy?
Can you pirate a vessel?
Because only the new founding fathers of America have adopted the Purge
NFA.
policy. And that doesn't stretch into other countries as far as we know.
Interesting.
So you could be breaking international law and could be held to account for such acts.
Okay.
Can you commit war crimes?
Genocide?
I guess
If it's in America,
if it's a genocide of Americans,
then
that's
could.
just a bunch of murders, which is included in all
All
crimes,
crimes.
which are legal during
Including
the Purge.
murders.
This is interesting. I'm not really finding much of a boundary except for leaving the country.
So the pirate law conundrum.
Well, there aren't really laws in international waters anyway.
Well, some could say there's an unspoken code of
The Pirates Code.
the ye old pirates code.
Now, I have something interesting to pose to you. What about crimes that would last longer than 12 hours? So if
What crime would take you longer than 12 hours to commit?
maybe an intricate heist,
Ooh, like Italian Job style?
well, it would have to be in America, so American job.
The Italian Job did take place in America.
In that case, then yes.
So if one wanted to maybe beforehand buy 3 different colored Mini Coopers and construct an elaborate heist to steal gold bars from Sir Edward Norton, that would obviously take longer than 12 hours. Would you need to start illegally beforehand and then plan it so that the heist itself would be legal because all crime is legal, including murder?
I'm thinking, what if you start the crime during the Purge while it's legal, and then you're in the middle of it and you can't stop?
Because obviously when you start, you can't stop.
Yeah, so does it just... all crimes started within the 12 hours of the Purge are legal?
And you're allowed to finish it out. Like if you're in a store and the store closes, you can check out.
Yeah, they have like an extra
So you can like
15-minute
finish,
grace period or
yeah,
whatever.
you get the grace period to finish like murdering the person. That's a
Now,
good point. What
here's an interesting hypothetical. What if
Okay.
you're murdering someone and you like stab them and you're just watching them bleed out?
and they're not dead yet.
They're not dead yet when the 12 hours ends.
So the alarm sounds, end of the purge. They're taking their last breaths.
And I'm pretty sure once you come across someone who's dying, it is law that you must help them.
So you're stabbing them over and over. The alarm sounds, last breaths. Do you
stop.
resuscitate? Or is it your duty as a loyal purger to, again, the grace period comes into play here. Do you let them bleed out?
Or
And then
do you
is
call
it
an
legal?
ambulance? These are important questions. I think
questions.
for now, what we've discovered is the boundaries of the Purge are within the United States and a fuzzy within the 12-hour Purge night
Very
period.
fuzzy. The rules are blurred.
Hopefully, as election year has made an excess of money at the box office, there will
Hefty.
be a fourth Purge film
Oh, I can assure you.
where such issues will be discussed.
I hope so. Thank you, Frank Grillo.
Okay, so now we've got more Twitter questions from non-Frank Grillo questioners.
Okay.
We've got Purgy09
Purgy09
asks, Damien, Giselle, what would you do during the purge?
Uh-oh.
Interesting.
This just took a turn. Well, as you know, we love the purge.
I mean, yeah.
A lot.
Some more than others.
And we know that all crime in the purge,
including murder,
is legal.
So what would you do, Giselle? What would be the first thing you do when the alarms go down?
When the alarms sound off and the blue screen comes on and they say the purge has commenced, I think what I would do is take a shit on my neighbor's lawn.
Okay, public indecency, trespassing.
Yeah, see, they're minor, but when compounded, I think they add up to something pretty great.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure that this would set your neighbor into some sort of rage. He would attack you. You would have to defend yourself.
Right.
Possibly murder.
I wouldn't even need the excuse of self-defense because
all crime,
including murder, is legal. So I'd be public indecent because my butthole would be open and shit would be coming out of it.
You would be purging.
I'd be purging. Purging my body of shit.
So would you be saving up shit for the 364 days?
I think I'd have like a feast. It'd be like a ceremonial feast the night before.
What if you ate your neighbor cannibal style and then shit him out over the course of those 12 hours?
Is that enough time to fully digest a human body and then shit it out?
I think it takes like 8 hours to digest. So
it's a lot of waiting around. What would I be doing in the meantime?
Probably like thefts and murders and arsons.
Thefts and murders and arsons. Okay.
Maybe
I like
a burglary.
And then cap it all off right as the buzzer's about to go off. Just take a nice human shit on his lawn.
Just one nice human
shit. How about you? How would you purge?
I think, fair listeners, that I would put my cup onto Giselle's counter or coffee table with no coaster.
So you're talking about leaving rings.
Yeah, which you could not legally stop me because that is my legal right during the purge night.
See, here's the hang up I'm getting at. In fact, you're doing that now. You have a cup on my desk with no coaster. And it is not purge time.
I thought you were so into the purge times and you were all excited about the purge.
Look, I'm a purge purist, okay? If it's not the purge, I'm going to call you out on it.
I would have thought that you would call me out on the fact that that's not illegal.
That's where I was going next.
I was just trying to see if I could rally you up.
You could do that anytime. But you do it during the purge just to spite me, which is almost worse than committing crimes that would otherwise be illegal. So
okay.
That, my friend, is...
Let me give you my real answer.
All right? That was a joke.
Yeah. That was just to rally you up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to creep into the Pentagon. Okay?
Just creep on in, really.
Just creep on into the Pentagon.
Just right past everybody.
I'm going to write down
all the guards are probably going to be purging.
They're purging.
Yeah.
I'm going to write down government secrets. I'm going to sell them to the Chinese.
Ooh.
Because it'll be over the internet, and I will not leave America.
And that's right. Everyone knows the internet is owned by America. So you wouldn't be breaking any laws because it's purge time.
Purge times. And I would make tons of money, and then America would enter the purge anarchy.
Oh, I see.
Because all of our systems would fall to the Chinese.
So chronologically, this is between the first and second movie.
Yes.
Got it.
I just want to keep the continuity straight.
So, okay, here's a hypothetical for you. You sell these secrets to the Chinese. Obviously, there's going to be some stuff they don't like. World War III starts because of you during the purge. Is that legal because you started it during the purge in America?
So could I be prosecuted for treason is what you're asking?
Is treason protected under purge law? All crime is legal.
Including murder.
Let us remind you.
I would have to say yes. I don't think treason is an international law.
If it's treason against America.
Right.
Then that's a law.
However, if I was to commit war crimes during World War III, during the purge night, that's where it gets fuzzier.
Are you on the home front?
We're still within the confines of America, but there are United Nations laws that apply worldwide.
Wouldn't
Or-
the purge just negate that?
I don't know. Is America in the United Nations in the Purge universe? Because I can't imagine that the UN would sanction.
I would
such
imagine that
brutal.
the nation becomes isolated during those 12 hours.
Maybe America is the only country left in the Purge world.
That's true. This could be like a not so distant future situation.
World
We don't
War III
know.
had already happened. America had nuked every other country. It's possible.
These are all valid points.
Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Similar vein as the last one. What would you do to protect yourself?
Who's this from?
It's still from Purgy.
Oh, it's a
09.
follow-up.
Yeah, it's a follow-up.
So what would we
question.
do to protect ourselves?
Yeah, maybe we don't want to participate in the Purge.
Okay.
And we're just trying to protect ourselves, much like the family from the first Purge movie.
Oh, great flick.
Correct.
So you just want to ride it out, is what you're saying?
Perhaps, yes. I
Perhaps.
can't imagine a world
Did you hear
where
Purge-haps?
Damien and Giselle do not participate in the Purge.
But let's
Let's pretend for a moment.
let's play.
Okay. I build a bomb shelter.
Ooh, I like where you're going. Down, underground, right?
I fill the bomb shelter with dynamite. I build a stronger bomb shelter underneath. So you go into the original bomb shelter, which has a hatch that goes down into the other bomb shelter. You go down into the bigger bomb shelter, close the hatch, and rig the other one to explode if anyone comes in. So it's like a decoy bomb shelter. People come in to try and kill you. They get blown up. You're covered in debris. You're safe in your bomb shelter.
How do you get out? You just blew up all around you.
There's another hatch, which leads to a tunnel to China.
Straight there.
I mean, it's not straight through because there's molten core in the center.
Oh,
It
so
would
you
have
gotta
to go around.
But more or less.
Well, I mean, it really just goes like half a mile and then
Okay.
comes back up, and then you can walk to China.
When you're underground, does Purge law apply to you when you're digging to China?
Yes. As a matter of fact, the law in America lasts to the skies above and to the core below.
But once you pass the core, are you in China dirt?
I don't think you can pass the core. You would die.
Well, obviously you wouldn't pass through the core. Unless you figured out a way to do that.
Let's move on. I'm not very comfortable
Okay.
with where this is going.
Here's what I would do to protect myself. I would go the other way. Hot air balloon.
Up and out.
Up and out. Over the Purge. Front row seats. Skybox hot air balloon seats. I would fill the hot air balloon with dynamite. Like similar to what you said. Just filled to the brim with dynamite.
Right.
And what I would do is I would just go ahead and just toss dynamite off the balloon.
So that's like you're participating in the Purge, but you don't want any consequences.
In like a passive way. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to be like in the shit, but I kind of want to
You're
just have
creating
some fun.
the shit, yeah. See, the problem with that I see is people in the Air Force are going to be participating in the Purge. People are going to have snipers that they could shoot you down.
This is a
And
good
then
point.
if you don't die on impact, you're definitely going to get torn up once
Well,
you're down there.
that's the bonus of having the dynamite, because if I'm going down, then I am essentially just a falling missile
You're just
that
going to
will-
like rain down hell.
that will take down multiple buildings. So it's sort of a win-win. Or purge.
Okay. This one's interesting. It's anonymous.
Ooh,
And it
I
says,
like that. Is his profile picture the anonymous mask?
no, it's like one of those Twitter eggs. It's just like an egg.
Oh, okay. He probably just made it.
I don't know. Because it says, can the president purge? And if so, what should he do?
Can the president purge?
I feel like this is a pretty, like, trying to be anonymous, but it's pretty obviously the president.
He's asking
He
this.
just wants to know if he's allowed
It's
to
obvious he
purge.
just made an account to ask this question.
Well,
Mr. President.
according to the Purge universe, it's un-American to not purge.
And
So
if you're the president of America,
you would have to be leading the charge.
you'd actually have to be the first person to purge. It's like at the dinner table, you wait for
The host.
the host to take the first bite, as everyone knows. So similarly, you'd wait for the president to commit whatever crime before following. So what would the president do? Picture
feel like-
he's at the Oval Office at his desk. The purge sounds
He whips out his AK-47.
that he keeps under his desk. He stands up. He composes himself.
And he, I would assume, slaughters the...
Vice president.
I was going to say the members of the opposing party.
That would also be a good...
Although if he doesn't like the vice president, that could also...
I was going to say he's kind of like a threat to his throne.
That's true, because if the vice president was purging, killed the president, vice president would become
See,
the
now
president.
let's go to the vice president's shoes. He's in the other office.
Rectangular
rectangle office. He stands up. He grabs his M16 that he keeps under his desk. Yeah, what do you think's going through his mind? This is my chance. Maybe next year I'll be the president, and then I can purge first.
I want to be top dog.
Top dog.
Interesting. So, Mr. President, if you're listening, I would recommend getting rid of all of your roadblocks in Congress, but I would also recommend steer clear of that wily Joe Biden.
He'll get you.
He always does. Okay, so
I'm gonna. This is a little segue here. I'm just gonna take this moment to remind all our listeners that in the Purge, all crime is in fact legal, including murder.
Okay, now we've got anarchy. It's like anarchy, but
with a K.
K-A-Y.
Oh, so it's like
every kiss begins with anarchy.
Got it.
He or she asks, am I a nerd if I don't purge?
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Well, the answer is yes.
I mean, it is, but is there like peer pressure? Like if you're
feeling under the weather and you just don't, you're just not, like got a headache and it's just not today, you know?
I think all your pals would come up and like throw pebbles at your window and be like, "Hey,"
or dynamite. They're allowed to do whatever they want.
They or javelins.
Dynamite or javelins.
To get your attention, and then be like, could they say like, "We'll kill you if you don't purge"?
Or like your loved ones.
They'll throw your loved ones at your window.
Yeah, just like if you have like a dog.
Oh, that's terrible.
Like they chuck your little puppy through the window.
That just can animals purge? Is like.
I feel like animals can purge in real life.
No, but like if there's like a wolf, okay, and like a bunny, right?
Could
they purge?
All laws, including the laws of nature, allowed to be purged?
Like if you got struck by lightning.
Does God purge? Hey, what do you call Noah's Ark?
What?
When God purged the earth of evil?
The flood.
Yeah.
Is what you're referring to.
Well, I was using Noah's Ark as like a shortcut to just talk about that whole story, but that's derailing us a little bit.
I'm an atheist, so I don't get that reference.
Back to the question at hand. Am I a nerd if I don't purge? I say a hard yes.
I say don't beat yourself up about it. There's always...
Because other people will beat you up for you.
And yeah, you'll probably die, but it's okay.
You don't have to do what you don't want to do, and I guess if that's what's
the beauty
important
of America. You're free to purge, or you're free to get purged.
Purge or be purged.
Purge or be purged.
I guarantee that will be the tagline for one of the probably dozens of Purge sequels that come out.
Purge 4, Purge or be purged?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, let's take a look at the next Twitter question. Election Jeer asks.
Election Jeer. I don't quite get the
maybe
name.
It's like supposed to be sort of like a biting political commentary, much like the Purge films.
Like, hey, all this election nonsense that's going on.
They're like jeering at it, like fuck this.
I don't approve of this nonsense.
It just says daylight savings time.
Interesting. So,
as we know, all of the states in the United States of America use daylight savings time,
or DST,
except for Arizona. Arizona doesn't recognize daylight savings time.
This poses a problem.
Does the purge only happen, say it's like, I don't know, 1 a.m. to 1 p.m.?
What if
it's 1 p.m. here and 4 p.m. on the East Coast?
what if you're purging during daylight savings time and you fall back an hour? Do you get an
Spring
extra
forward?
hour of the purge? Or if you spring forward, do you get gypped out of an hour of purge?
What if the purge falls on a leap year? Do you get an extra day of purge along with that 12
Do you
hours?
purge for the whole entire year?
I don't see why that would happen. Are you okay? I guess this begs the bigger question. Does the purge account for time zones? Or is it like
indiscriminate of
9/8 Central? Like
purge is coming at 9/8 Central.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like, does mountain time?
Yeah, if we were to start the purge here in California at 1 a.m., it would then be 4 a.m. on the East Coast. Would they already have started it 3 hours
like
before?
New Year's Eve where you watch them start killing each other in Times Square and then like we're like, oh, we got 3 hours.
Yeah, Times Square would be bonkers during the purge.
Times Square would be crazy. And they could probably like broadcast on all those big boards.
That should also be in a purge movie.
Times Square.
Purge, Times Square.
Time to purge.
Times Square, ... the city that never sleeps, baby.
Parentheses, purge or be purged.
Parentheses, purge.com.
Dash,
I didn't have anything to...
the city that never sleeps.
Didn't we already have that?
This has got out of hand.
Let's just purge that from our memories. And let's take it to our last Are you okay? Let's take it to our last question. Coming from Purge Fan 1. That sounds pretty generic.
He was probably the first fan.
Could have been. He asks, do you guys have any creepy purge masks?
Ooh. Well, as a matter of fact, I
know for a fact that Giselle has.
I have a
creepy
purge workshop
masks
in my garage.
Yeah, he takes the purge very seriously.
All right, you want to just go back and forth, and we'll just trade some of. I know you have a couple good ideas. I've seen some.
Okay, I guess we can include our ideas for purge kills as well.
Get creative with it.
Okay.
Well, I have an idea for a mask I've been working on ever since Anarchy came out.
The Purge Anarchy.
The Purge Anarchy. It's an Uncle Sam mask.
Oh.
Stay with me. It gets better.
That is apropos AF.
Except instead of his eyes, they're X's, okay? Because it's like freedom is dead. But then also there's an upside down cross on his forehead.
Like the devil.
But it gets better. Written across his cheeks is the word kill. And it's red, like blood. So it's really scary.
Okay. And what kind of kills would you do with this sort of, I guess, character?
What I would do is I would carry around a top hat, much like Uncle Sam. But inside the top hat is
praise be unto him,
a bunch of just really rusty spikes. And I would go around and I would force people to put on the top hat.
Interesting. I've been thinking of sort of like a little tongue-in-cheek Statue of Liberty mask.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay, so I'm like representing my patriotism. But here's the thing. There's a bunch of X's over her eyes. And there's a whole bunch of like neon stuff on top of the crown.
Damien, you do realize you're just describing a mask from the Purge election year, don't you?
Am I?
To the T, in fact.
That doesn't sound right to me. I forgot to include that the neon is also a very unsettling smile.
Okay, this reminds me of the mask you brought up to me the other day. You ran into the room out of breath and you said, I have the best idea for a Purge mask.
Uh-huh.
It's like a white, like almost looks like a hockey mask, but like the mouth is all melted.
And it's all jagged with like teeth.
And it says "Kiss me" on it.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be just
That's
so
from
cute?
the movie. You did not create that.
I think that they might have taken it from me and put it into the movie.
Except that they probably wrote this years ago.
I don't know. Did I write the Purge? I've been having memory problems
you
lately.
did not.
Anyway, with this Statue of Liberty mask, the kills that I would go for would be
Probably a torch, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say torching
Yeah,
people,
that's
lighting people
appropriate.
on fire, getting people burnt up with my torch,
Wrapping
I would
them
go
in
for
your
like a-
robe.
and then setting it on fire,
Right.
dousing them in gasoline,
And then
and then
setting them
on fire,
Impaling them with the spikes of your crown.
and
then
then setting their
them
corpse on fire, dousing their corpse in fire.
See, I like that you have a theme.
Yeah, it would be probably like fire themed.
Okay, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
I had another idea. I don't know how good it is for like a mask,
Hey, no bad ideas. We're workshopping here.
but it would just be like a be like a Power Ranger costume. Like not anything special, just when you get a like costume
Like
castle.
a plastic one.
Yeah. I just shoot people
Like with
with a gun. Like an assault rifle or something.
Jesus Christ.
That would be really creepy because that would be like
A corruption.
it would just
of
be like the
innocence.
Green Ranger running around with a firearm.
Like, not enjoying it at all, just all business.
Yeah, like it wouldn't be fun.
Putting
but
people down.
I'd have to.
Okay. Let's get serious here.
Yeah, enough horsing around.
This is... We take the Purge very seriously here. And,
We do.
you know, I'd like to apologize to our listeners again for
Yes.
this sort of lighthearted
Especially to
tomfoolery.
Frank Grillo.
Oh. More like Bay Grillo.
That's really strange.
Sorry. And I guess for my final mask idea, I was sort of thinking, what if I took just a spooky, goofy mask, like Goofy from Disneyland.
The
but
dog.
I melt it down a little bit, okay? So his face is drooping.
Droopy Goofy.
Droopy Goofy.
That's scary.
Okay. Now here's the kicker.
It's about to get whack.
I put some neon on him. I put some X's across his
God damn it.
eyes. And I put a little neon smiley on him to make it even more unsettling.
I feel like you're just you're thinking of the first character you think of and then adding neon and X's on the eyes and thinking that that's what makes a Purge mask.
I think you're right.
Okay, so like let me help you out. I'll give you like a scary like Friday the 13th type mask.
So just like a hockey mask.
A hockey mask. Like those are creepy as it is.
Okay,
What would you
yeah.
do to spice it up? Don't use the X's on the eyes or the neon. I want
Okay.
to really see what you can do here.
Okay, well, I would still want to melt it a little bit because I really like that idea.
I'll let you have it. You're
It's like
attached to the
melt
melting.
it down a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's drooping.
So I'd cut a mouth into this. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
I'd get some jagged teeth going,
Ooh, I like this. It's scary.
and then
Sinister.
you know what's scarier than juxtaposing that with like a cute saying? Like
Ooh.
it's like a corruption of some like cutesy thing. So on top of that, I put "kiss me" right on the forehead.
God damn it.
I'm telling you, that would be creepy.
I'm just going to let you have it.
What if I wear a bridal veil? Okay.
This is separate from the hockey mask. You're just talking about just a bridal veil.
And nothing
And
else.
nothing else.
Except
Not even clothes.
for some neon X's across
God
the eyes and a little smiley face.
See, this is where you should have wrote "Kiss Me" on the bridal veil because that would have been ironic and funny, but you went the other way.
I guess them's the breaks.
We are off the rails. I think it's time to purge this podcast.
Goodbye.